life is boring. You look to art for titillation. It delivers, at least initially. Many of us run with this feeling and decide to create our own pitiful attempts at art. You suck in the beginning. You might feel like you're making some progress here or there, and this makes you want to take it more seriously, or perhaps just the fact that a creative industry does exist in the world. You think, why can't I be a part of that? So you take it seriously. It sucks the fun out of it one way or another. My personal way that the fun has been sucked out of it is just kind of like a sense of inability or a lack of desire to it really kind of like scratching the itch, like scratching the itch on a certain level, but it never really being solved. And then you take it less seriously, thinking, oh, I'm overthinking this. And then life becomes overwhelming and boring once again. And then you repeat the cycle. I'm not even sure this is actually happening to me, by the way. I just think it's an important thing to question every so often when you are a creative is how important is art in your own life? Like, what percentage should you be carving out to be a a kind of little gay brother from Wedding Crashers where you're doing your paintings and allowing yourself to be ostracized from the rest of the world versus like participating, getting some experiences, being a normal person, figuring out how the tax code works, driving a car around, going to national parks, like doing normie shit is somewhat necessary. I think that like even the most kind of like ultimate fucking I'm an artist, man. Who could you think of in like I don't know, someone like Nick Cave? I guess Nick Cave kind of like does do a bit of like normie cosplay when he like goes to his wears a suit, goes to his office and gets out his typewriter and types his lyrics. Who's a fucking artist, man? James Franco in This Is the End. Or Edward Norton in Birdman. Those guys. There's like some type of hubris attached with those characters where you're like, yeah, you can't live in that extreme way. Sleep is one thing, or like food. Someone who's kind of completely out there, who's just kind of like, yeah, I'm just going to commit everything to this. And it's like, dude, I bet you like a cup of tea and biscuits just like me. You're not that much of a fucking artist. And those people that do push it to an extreme and are successful, they've got these kind of minders around them, like Doug Stanhope, who's kind of like lovably, a lovable fuck up. But if he wasn't successful, he wasn't like selling tickets. It would just be like, yeah, you're essentially an invalid. But that's the thing is that for some people, the fame and the kind of like the industry around them facilitates their commitment to being an artist with a capital A because they're putting food on the table for themselves and those around them. So therefore it's kind of like, why would I ever figure out how to create a two-factor authentication for my Facebook login because I've got some other schmuck who can do it for me, and then I can just be like pontificating with a pipe as I stare out my window. Um, but yeah, I don't know. For me, I'm guess I'm constantly questioning like the value of art. Like sometimes I think, fucking hell, this is the thing that I'm put on the earth to do, and there's nothing more. Like I went to go see the Brian Jonestown Massacre the other night in Atlanta, and it was the second time I'd seen them in the space of a year. Last year's show in Atlanta was in a smaller club. It was efficient. They played this. They cranked out a bunch of songs, but this show that I saw on Wednesday was like beautifully shambolic. Lots of space between each songs, as in Anton just tuning his guitar and muttering things into the mic, and a weird fucking energy in the crowd. But the music itself was euphoric and psychedelic and strange and uplifting. And it was like, yes, whatever this is, I want a part of it. There's nothing that brings me quite the level of satisfaction that this does, apart from maybe the relationship with my own son. And I, yeah, everything else in my life is a waste of time apart from this. And I want to be a part of this, whether I'm participating when other people are doing this type of shit or I'm creating it myself. This is everything. And then other times I think, yeah, that was a bit of fun on a Wednesday night. Good way to kill a few hours and kind of like great soundtrack to get drunk to and people watch and have weird cosmic excursions because of the 15 milligrams of a THC slash CBD gummy that I'd ingested, along with about fucking 15 beers at the show. And it fluctuates between the two sometimes, you know, even in the same night. I was like, this is transcendent. This is fucking cosmic. I'll never feel the same way again. Other times I'm like just giggling over something fucking completely redundant and laughing at the ridiculousness of the whole situation. But yeah, I definitely I guess my point is that I feel like there are times in your life where you're like, holy shit, I don't know anything about how the world works. And I am very quickly becoming a burden on those around me because I'm living with my head up my own ass. And I need to poke that little head out and have a look around and figure out how things work. Once I get a little bit better at it, then I can fucking go straight back up there. Lube the old fucking top of the head up and then go straight back up the old butty hole. But yeah, yeah, this probably doesn't make too much sense. But if it does, if I'm speaking your language, let me know. Because yeah, it would be easier for me if I was just like, all right, I'm a 60% art guy, I'm a 40% real life guy. Done and dusted. Sign on the dotted line, bitch. Then I could just move on. But I feel like that would be I can't do that because I feel like someone has kind of sold me something in both directions, the normies and the fucking artists. I'm like, yeah, I don't trust you motherfuckers. I feel like someone kind of like eyeing up both sides of the room, being like, who's lying to me today? So I'm constantly questioning who's lying to me. And therefore that informs how I spend my time because I don't like being lied to. All right, another weird one. Hope you dug it. Catch you on the next one. Bye.